Hello YouTube and Facebook friends, this is Doug, your friendly internet sales rep here at Johnson City Ford, and behind me a wonderful opportunity. We have a 2020 Ford Explorer Platinum, which is an amazing vehicle tricked out with all kinds of options, and beside it a 2019 Ford Explorer. Now we're going to take a look at both of these and be able to compare not just the way that they look, because we can clearly look at these and see that there's a difference, but also about some of the technology and differences of these two in this video. Let's go ahead, get started. Starting out under the hood, this 2020 Platinum has a 3-liter V6 twin-turbo EcoBoost, putting out 365 horsepower and 380 foot-pounds of torque. Now, what does that mean when you compare it to the 2019? That means that this is going to have the same amount of horsepower as the 3.5-liter EcoBoost engine in the Platinum from 2019, but it's also going to have 30 more foot-pounds of torque than 2019. Taking a look at the outside of these two Explorers, you can see that the 2020 Explorer has a much larger grille. The lights, fog lamps look much different than the 2019. It also seems to be much bigger than the 2019, and that could be because this Explorer is the most powerful Explorer Ford has made. It is so powerful. Whenever you get in the inside of this and drive it, you'll just see how powerful it is. Going into this Explorer, you can see a lot of the things here are designed and styled differently based off the comparison video that I have here, especially when you're comparing these side by side and how the dash and everything look. It's much different. Taking a look at the inside, everything is different from left to right, from the door handle all the way down to how you adjust your lights and everything. This looks much different. Your interior lighting, your fog lamps. Up here on the left-hand side, you have, of course, your blinker and your ability to be able to select your lane keeping, but you also have lane centering, which is much better. Adaptive cruise, ability to be able to select your driver assist technologies here, volume controls to your 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster, as well as ability to cycle through your songs, pick up, hang up the phone, voice commands. Going to this 12.3-inch screen, this is, it's a beautiful, beautiful screen. You can see your fuel economy, or if you'd rather just see nothing, you can go to the comm screen and it shows nothing. But here's something that's really awesome I want to show you. You can see seat belts to make sure everybody in your car has seat belts. And then whenever you do turn on some of your technology, let's say I turn on adaptive cruise control, it moves my speedometer over to the left and puts that right in the center, easy for me to see. You can also turn on your lane centering as well as your lane keeping to be able to help you make sure you stay on the road. This screen is very beautiful and I'm excited for it. You can see here that we have our fuel, we have our distance to empty, as well as our temperature, and looks like that's Celsius right now. And I'll show you how we change that, as well as our odometer and direction, RPM, all that good jazz. Now, this at 28 degrees, this is Celsius. It changed from having these settings inside here to moving these settings over here. Now, I guess this is so that way if the driver's gonna change anything, they need to kind of stop and really take a look at this to be able to see everything. Now, they've got a lot of good stuff here, including your ability to see some of your driver assist technologies. If you go through here, you would go inside of your driver's instrument cluster to see your controls. Now you see everything from this screen, from your cruise control, lane keeping, pre-collision assist, traffic sign recognition. That's really awesome. In fact, I'm gonna click on that and you'll see that it has a speed warning, as well as you can set the tolerance for, if you're 5 miles over or whatnot, it will tell you and give you an alert and let you know you need to slow down. Also has, rear view camera settings, blind spot, trailer blind spot monitoring. That's new for the Explorer. Trailer sway control, cross traffic alert, reverse brake assist. This is new for the Explorer. This right here, if you're backing up and it detects that you're going to hit something and you don't brake in time, it'll automatically brake. Driver alert, if you're swerving on the road, it'll pop up a little coffee symbol, kind of like what you see here, and let you know you need to pull over, get some coffee, wake up, quit driving because you're getting sleepy, kind of thing, which is really nice. All this is driver assist technology, which is amazing. I like how they put all that in one screen. Also, you have your vehicle controls here. Now, we mentioned over here we're seeing Celsius. If we wanted to change that, we would go under here under our general settings, and it would pull up a lot of this general stuff that we can change here on here, including temperature units. Now, I've already switched this over from Celsius to Fahrenheit. If it's on Celsius, it shows 28 degrees. Now, if I were to select Fahrenheit, it changes it to 82, which is what we here in the US use. So we're gonna leave it at Fahrenheit to help the person out that's taking the delivery of this Explorer. You can change your language, your measurement, miles and gallons. If you wanna go metric, you can, tire pressure, all this good stuff you can change right here, including resetting your system. Now, going back, you have your ambient lighting. You can select which color you want for your ambient lighting and how bright you want it. And if you go back up here, a lot of good stuff here for you to be able to select from. Seats. This is a Platinum, so if I'm not mistaken, these seats will actually massage you. You can touch this right here and be able to have this seat. Oh, that feels so good. This seat will actually massage you. If you're going down the road and get an ache, you can turn this on and it will make you feel great, because I can tell you that this feels awesome right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn that off right now, so that way it can quit that, because I'll go to sleep. So as we can continue on connectivity, this shows you your Bluetooth phone, FordPass Connect. All of it's easy to see on this nice 10-inch screen. This is a beautiful screen. I love the way that it looks. I had different feelings about it, but when I began to see how the navigation shows up, I mean, this gives you turn by turn. So that way I know after I turn right, which direction I have to go and what I need to do continuing on my navigation. Looks great. Home screen shows you your navigation, it shows you your device, it shows you your media. Very easy to see. And then if you'd like, you can even go under settings to your, if I'm not mistaken, to general settings. Moving forward with some of the things that we see new here. One of these is our climate controls. This looks much different than the 19. We have heated seats, heated steering wheel, our air conditioned seats, which I absolutely love right now, especially with summertime. We also have the ability to see our camera, which this right here is a backup camera as well as a 360-degree camera, and you can change this to be able to see the front of your vehicle, or if you want to be able to see the front and left and right of your vehicle, which is really nice. You can just turn that off by hitting your camera button. It goes back to your regular screen. We also have in here a nice little compartment with charging ports. Those of you that have a Google or a Samsung, y'all may be familiar with what type of port that is. I honestly don't know. This one right here is a 12 volt port. This is a USB. That might be a micro USB, which is pretty cool. That's another great option to be able to help charge devices. Coming over here, we have our rotary dial shifter, which is new for 2020, as well as the ability to auto hold our brake at a stoplight. That's nice as well. We also have auto start stop and enhanced active park assist 2.0, which is really nice. What this will actually do is park itself, not just with using the steering wheel, but it also takes control of the gas and brake, which is really nice. And you'll notice that it can parallel park itself, it can perpendicular park itself, and it can help you park out of a parallel parking spot, which is really cool. Not to mention, we also have the ability to, when you touch this button, this is your traction control. You can turn that off or on depending on what you want. You also have your downhill descent control, and you can change your drive modes. Selecting through here, you can go through different drive modes on what you would like. Sport, eco, normal, slippery, trail, deep snow and sand, a bunch of different ones here. And we'll go on the other side of sport, and it says tow and haul mode, because if I'm not mistaken, with this rear wheel drive, it can tow and haul a lot more. And it looks like the screen actually changes all the way around, which is really cool, man. Look at that. I'm seeing this for the first time, y'all, just that way you know this is new. I'm gonna look at how the other ones look too. So we're gonna change this from sport to eco. Let's see how eco looks. Oh, that's cool. Blue screen, seat belts. Okay, that looks familiar. Anyways, you got different screens for different things. I like the way the sport looks, so I'm gonna leave it there. If we come over here, we also have our wireless wireless charger here, which I like, because if you set your phone here, you cannot see it while you're driving. Think about it. If you have a notification show up on the screen of your phone and it's setting down on this wireless charger, you can't see it while you're driving, which helps you to stay focused. Now, if we're looking at the front, let's hop in the back and see what kind of space we're looking at here. Now, hopping into the back, once again, this right here looks like we have a little bit more plastic to be able to help us with not damaging the carpet or the floors as the third row people get back into their third row, which I don't have folded up right now. This one is equipped with the rear entertainment system. Allows us to be able to have a nice little DVD player back here. We also have rear heated seats. Looks like there's plenty of charging ports back here for our rear passengers to be able to charge their devices or possibly even a laptop. Of course, we have our cup holders and everything here for them. And this right here are the headphones, if I'm not mistaken, for the rear entertainment system. And now there's a lot of room back here. I'm 6 feet tall, and I haven't tried to adjust these seats at all, but if I'm not mistaken, I can slide this way forward, or I can slide it back, which is really nice for the third row people, because you'll be able to slide these seats backwards and forwards. Now, I figured I'd go ahead and hop in the third row and kind of let everybody see third row. Looks like as far as knee room goes, I'm doing pretty good here. As far as headroom goes, I've got tons of space before my head even gets close to hitting the ceiling. I mean, that is a ton of space right there. I love the way that these third rows feel and look. Looks like I got a cup holder right here, as well as a little compartment that I can put some stuff here. And I have easy visual to the screens if I wanted to be able to watch the DVDs. Now, I did think this is pretty cool getting into the back row. We have a button here that we can press. Once you touch this button, it's a tilt and slide mechanism. And you notice that there's enough space right here to be able to keep your child seat in this seat. So that way, whenever you get into the back, you don't have to move your seats in and out all the time. It's really easy to be able to do that. Next is coming around to the back. I want to point out that the back of this Explorer looks much different than the back of this Explorer. Now, this one right here advertises more space in the back than this 19. We're going to take a look and see. Now, with both of these and their seats up, you can see that there's a big difference between these two as far as the seats go. I mentioned earlier they had a ton of headroom. You can see it here by looking at the seats and how much room is between the headrest and the ceiling. Whereas if you come over here to the headrests are right into the ceiling, which is a big difference. You also have a really big hole right here. I call it the hole because that's where the seats are stored. Whereas over here, you have a nice little compartment to allow you to be able to set your stuff. It also has this little plate here to be able to keep things from coming out. You also have a storage space under here if you want to be able to hide a Christmas present. That's a great way to be able to do it. And you also have little compartments over here to the left and to the right to be able to store things in. Put the seats down, I can tell that there is a ton of space in this Explorer, not to mention the hidden space that we have right here and have access to. Whereas when I go over here to the 19, I can tell that there's not as much space, as it feels like these seats slant up just a little bit, as well as we do not have access to any space underneath these seats. And that was made possible by how they moved this drive system to the back instead of to the front. On the 19-year model, it's primarily a front-wheel drive vehicle. On the 2020, it's primarily a rear-wheel drive vehicle. I could go on and on about the differences that I've noticed on this 2020 Explorer versus the 2019. But one of the best ways for you to be able to find out is to be able to come in and take it for a drive. We have this 2020 Explorer available for you, and I'd like to be able to help you and understand the differences, but also to be able to help you in purchasing your next Explorer. If you would like to be able to know more, feel free to call our dealership at 423-282-3000 and let them know that you saw it on YouTube or saw it on Facebook. They'd be more than happy to be able to help you in arranging a time that you can come and take one of these 2020 Explorers for a test drive. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope that this was helpful. If you're watching this on Facebook, feel free to share this and tag a friend that was waiting for the 2020 Explorers to arrive, because we got them. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe to this page, because we'll have more videos as more of these 2020 models begin to come out. Thanks for watching.